Hello, folks. We'll be getting started in just what the hell is this? What do you mean this thing's working? Hold on a minute. It's not supposed. Hello, Andrew. Hi. I just saw something. One sec. Is this actually working right now? Let me dust it off real quick. When I use Discord on this computer, it usually makes it so the camera won't work the rest of the time the computer's on, which is really dumb. But it's lit up, so is it gonna work? Hi, hey there. Fancy meeting you here. Goodness gracious. OG, a second Nessie stream has hit the towers. Dear God, Mr. President. Hello, Peach. Hello, Belle. Good. Okay, so like to my credit, the camera even working was like a surprise. So I haven't like cleaned it so it stickies down properly. Let me see if I can get it to like be stable. It does not want to be. Can I slip some cards underneath it? Can I slip like a deck of playing cards underneath so it's stabilized? Oh, that's kind of cursed, but it's kind of working. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on. Remove a few cards. Remove a few cards. We can get the angle right, folks. We can do this. It's alright. Everything's gonna be fine. Remain calm. Remain calm. That looks okay. That looks alright. Speaking of, it's playing Max Payne right now, and the pause screen has the towers. Oh my god. It's so, like... For people who, like, remember where they were on 9/11, it's such a... That camera's not stable. It is going to fall again. Are you using the Goblin deck for this? Yes, we are using the Goblin deck for this. You little scamp, you little scoundrel. I'm gonna beat you to death, actually. You're gonna die. But it's like, I think especially for people who, like, remember where they were when, like, 9/11 happened. We're starting on the stream real strong today, folks. It must be so, like, jarring to see media that still includes the Twin Towers. Like now, like for me, I don't remember. I was like a child, like a tiny little itty bitty child. I barely existed. So like it doesn't hit very hard for me. I'm kind of for me it's more of a curiosity. It's like more historic. It's like, "Oh, wow. That's there. That's interesting." But it's got to hit different, you know? I guess Peach, you're maybe you remember where you were on 9/11. Maybe it hits different. We clearly forgot about it because they're trying to abolish the TSA. The jokes I can make on that. I'm gonna behave myself though. I'm being good this stream. We just have the pleasant surprise that the camera's working. I can't just start making 9/11 jokes all of a sudden. Oh no, it barely remembers any of childhood. No, I mean real. Same here. Even the parts that I was old enough to form memories of have been lost. Like, disassociation just obliterated all of it. Um, which is probably for the best. Yeah. Clearly, if I don't want to remember, then I shouldn't remember. To be fair, wasn't the TSA at first meant to be a temporary thing? I mean, yes, no, maybe so. The history of the American response to 9/11 is complicated because there are a lot of things that were billed as being temporary, like kind of emergency powers, right? And it's questionable whether what they said was supposed to be temporary was just always meant to be a permanent increase in capacity, right? We don't necessarily have a firm idea of the motivations. It may just simply be that once you give yourself, once you give yourself those powers, right, to form a major enforcement agency to spy on American citizens, to yada yada yada. You all know this stuff. Blah 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 blah. Yap 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 yap. You know, and maybe it's just kind of hard to put that back in the box. Is maybe a generous read. I don't know. I don't know. The Chancellor's emergency powers? Yeah, yeah, pretty much the Chancellor's emergency powers. Um Yeah, yeah. It's I mean it is a fascinating history. I mean, I'd probably need to brush up on it and be a little less fried if I was gonna go into it on stream. Those are to defend the Republic. Yeah, emergency powers being used to abuse power and destroy the Republic from within. Never heard of it. Never happened. Fake news. I trust in JD Pawn Dawn to take down the Great Shaitan. Yeah, you can believe. You can believe it ain't gonna make it true, but you can believe. Speaking of nonsense, fantasy politics. Can actually hold on? Can we form fantasy politics teams? Have we reached that point? Can we do like sports betting, but for politics? That's gotta be a thing, right? Like people totally bet on like presidential elections. But can I have like specifically like a fantasy politician lineup? I don't think they do that. I don't think they do that. Could we do it like internationally, maybe? You know, I can make like my all-star team of politicians. This is really. I don't know why that's appealing to me. I'm putting everything into MLM third worldism. Yes, folks, it's a glorious century. It's a glorious century. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna lose my mind. What are we even talking about? Parlaying that Hegseth releases more war plans on Signal? Hegseth is like so fucked, you know? You really like... If you got Hegseth on your team, I'm very sorry. You know, maybe you can make the point that at least he was willing to like give some straight answers during his hearing, but also I think maybe that just means that he's gonna be immolated first, you know? Just start tweeting more plans, both real and imagined. They'll never know. They'll never know which ones are real or not, you know? I mean, they're all generated by ChatGPT anyways, you know? God, that's so funny. We're all aware of the rumor, I suppose is all that we can call it. To be fair, this is only substantiated insofar as the US tariff plan can be gotten by prompting ChatGPT like word for word, like exactly the numbers that they ended up using. If you prompt ChatGPT on, you know, how to correct a trade deficit. And it's like, on one hand, that is extraordinarily specific and does seem, I believe wholeheartedly, just based on general knowledge around tariffs. Like, no human being in existence would come up with the tariffs that they just did, you know, and deployed. Absolutely crazy. You know, some of the highest U.S. tariff rates in history. You know, absolutely insane. So it's like I totally believe that like it was a ChatGPT thing, but I can only say we're all aware of the rumor that that's what happened, right? Absolutely mental. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well today. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm your host, V Scarlet, Vanessa V, the hostess with the mostest. Yeah, that's me. It must have been right. It must have been. It must have been because like, how else would they have come up with it? You know, it's one thing to be like, yeah, it's very suspicious that it's like exact, but you know, that in and of itself is not necessarily proof, but there's just no counter explanation for how they came up with it. I cannot believe that any human being came up with that method on their own, right? They clearly just didn't want to go to an economist because all the economists are like, actually, tariffs are terrible. Any economist worth their salt is like, tariffs are like fucking terrible. Stop it, you know? Like how else would they plan to impose tariffs on uninhabited islands? Exactly. Like, they wouldn't even think of them. That's the thing. A human being doesn't think of the Penguin Islands. A human being doesn't think to even include them in the list, even if they came up with that dumbass formula that they used, you know? Uh, it's I feel like a professor. I feel like a college professor that has to like read the essay and figure out if it's AI generated or not. And it's like, this one looks pretty bad. I can't prove it. I can't prove it. And unfortunately, the kids' parents are kind of rich. You know, they're nepo students. You know, they have relations with the school. But I do think this one's so egregious. I have to put it in the bin. I think you cheated on this. Sorry. Tariffs are great if you want to beef up domestic manufacturing. How's the fuck are you gonna go coffee in the US? Well, that's the thing. Tariffs aren't even good if you want to beef up domestic manufacturing. Now, hypothetically, you know, if you had a country with all the natural resources on Earth and all the climate zones covered and the population, you had everything that you needed within your borders, then okay, maybe in that unrealistic, unattainable situation, you put up tariff walls and you completely isolate yourself from world trade. Even that's not necessarily a good thing, right? Because trade allows for, I mean, cheaper goods. I mean, that's the whole point. You know, we get mad at China for like, you know, flooding our market with cheap goods, and it's like that's exactly what we asked them to do, right? Sorry, we're getting political to start the stream off here. It's been a while. It's been a while since I rambled about politics, but like, a trade deficit isn't bad, right? I hope I don't have to explain this. This is an example that I've heard very from another that is perfect. You have a trade deficit of 100% with your local grocery store. They don't buy shit from you, right? Trade deficits aren't bad. You know, they're just representative of the quantity and price of goods that are being exchanged both ways, right? It's okay for a service economy to buy more things from manufacturing economies than we sell to them. That's perfectly normal, you know? If anything, that means we're in a good position. Want to discuss how the world works and how we should change it? Well, I mean, I can't discuss how we should change it. Um, because we're on Twitch, is my summary. Do you see an iPhone would cost $30,000 if produced domestically in the US? Exactly, because here's the thing. So long as you have a system that can account for surplus, right? And acknowledge that maybe we don't need everybody working 40-hour weeks in order to put food on their own table. You know, a system that says, actually, our nation is prosperous enough that maybe we can pay some people to take reduced hours or stay home. You know, UBI, at least before the trade war, was totally possible in the United States. We were a place of plenty. The only reason that poverty exists in the United States is a distribution problem, not because we don't have enough. We have too much, frankly. You know, just in terms of sheer goods, we could feed everybody, we could house everybody, everybody could have an assortment of treats, maybe not all the ones that they want, but, you know, enough to be perfectly content, right? But because of the way that we distribute our wealth, instead, cheap foreign competition becomes seen as a threat because it takes jobs that we don't actually want or need. So then you put up tariff walls, and we don't have the domestic manufacturing to cushion the blow that is inevitable, right? Tariffs are not good for building domestic industry. You know, that's a myth. That's something they're trying to push. For example, in steel, right? Steel is a multi-part industry. Very important, and one that, you know, they've been talking about a whole ton lately. But steel is like multi-level, right? There are no, to my knowledge, maybe there's some foreign ones that I'm not familiar with, but in the United States, there's no vertically integrated steel company anymore. That used to be a thing when US Steel was big dog on the block for the entire planet, right? But what that means, vertical integration, is you have an iron mine. You have an iron mine, you know, you have processing plants, you have smelters, and you have the necessary infrastructure to ship out your products wherever they need to go. You're vertically integrated, right? You control production from the raw materials all the way up to getting it out to the damn stores. Heading off to work, darling. Hope you have a good stream. Hope you have a good work. Thank you for stopping by, Abel. Stay safe out there. So a vertically integrated mill is theoretically something that could benefit from tariffs, maybe? Even then, I'm kind of dubious on it. Because in truth, of true vertical integration is very theoretical. There's very few places that truly make all of their own things. Even a vertically integrated mill does require trade, right? And tariffs further are like, okay, so now you're producing things in the US, now you gotta sell it somewhere. Oh, what? You have to eat the tariffs anyways? Unless you only intend to ever sell within the country that is putting up the tariff walls, and you have full vertical integration across your industries, it's like tariffs hurt you, right? The situation in which tariffs can be potentially good literally has never existed on the face of the planet Earth. It's impossible. It's a bizarre, twisted ideal that has never really existed. They're bad. They're bad. Economists don't like them. So now that I've told you everything that you already know, sorry, I get ranting. I get rambling. I don't know. I don't get to rant about politics too terribly much. Mostly because politics are so sad now. I don't really want to bring them up and talk about them. But that, at least, I don't know, this felt like a good opportunity to point and laugh at them. Have I considered what? Being a right-wing grifter. I mean, I could make some money being a right-wing grifter, you know? I could be one of those D-trans grifters, you know? I mean, I'm hot enough, right? I'm hot enough that they'd be like willing to look at me and pay attention. But I think it would make me fundamentally miserable and a traitor to all of my own values. That kind of seems like a small problem with what I'm doing here. Little one. I don't know, and I'd have to have like something to sell too, wouldn't I? Isn't that like the point? Like, grift now is like so blatant. It's like, yes, look at me, I'm a grifter. Buy my things. As opposed to, getting into like long term positions of advantage and power by lying. I'm not about to go shoot myself in the arm so that I can claim to have been medically discharged or something from the military. I'm just I'm gonna lie and try to sell junk products. Yeah, but think about the buco bucks. The buco bucks. What? How much is a buco buck? Hold on. Maybe I could convince to do it for a buco buck. The buco bucks. Yeah. They do and did work. It's just like they're a specialized tool. It's like if you want to fix a shed, you need to destroy a part of it. Well, no, I mean the thing is like, sure, maybe you can point out a specific situation where somebody got away with tariffs, but that doesn't mean that they were ever like actually a good tool. Like, again, economists have pretty much settled on the fact that tariffs are bad. At least on an economic perspective. Maybe there's some room to consider protectionism in like a national geopolitical strategy position, but also that's one that's fundamentally antisocial and it would be better resolved with like diplomacy and a little bit of egoless sense. Like one that people like to point to is one that is a tariff that actually held through the Biden administration is the 100% tariff on electric vehicles from China, right? That's one where people are like, well, China's out here, making electric vehicles on the cheap. And, how are we going to build up a domestic competition with them in order to, have our own electric vehicles? This was in particular to protect Tesla, right? Tesla was wanting protection. Some of our other companies that wanted to experiment with electric vehicles wanted protection because they wanted a slice of the electric vehicle market. And it's like, okay, maybe in some politician's head in the war room, they're like, all right, we want to have an independent electric vehicle industry from China for some strategic reason. Sure. Except that still doesn't work. You think it works, but these companies, it's not like you're giving the opportunity to innovate, you know? It's not like you're giving them breathing room. It's instead you're protecting like the 78-year-old, we'll do it our way, we'll do it the old way, and not improve and not innovate and just sit around and benefit from our political position that allows us to advocate for more protection from the government as opposed to being able to compete, right? This is why U.S. Steel died, right? This is why U.S. Steel the company and U.S. Steel the industry. We talk about, oh, it was inevitable, the mills, they went overseas with cheaper labor. No, U.S. Steel shot itself in the foot because they invested in those vertically integrated mills that they initially had with an old technology. And then when the writing was on the wall and new technologies were coming around, they said, well, we may be the richest, most powerful company in the world, but we're just going to coast on what we got and not invest in any kind of improvements. And so other foreign mills started to eat away at their market share until eventually now, pardon my French, but fucking Japan took over like a large chunk of global steel production. Japan. Do you know how many natural resources Japan has? Are you kidding me? This is not because, this is not because the U.S. Steel had some unworkable position where, oh, American laborers are just paid too much or whatever. I mean, they were in an incredibly strong position. They had some challenges, sure, but they just refused to innovate. They refused to improve. It's built into their culture and it's still there. They are still behind the times. That's why other U.S. steel companies, like Emcor Steel, right? Which is a scrapper steel company, essentially, is the way I'll describe it. Uses these new electric mills that, are really small, really cheap startup cost, and they're eating up the U.S. market, right? They're destroying U.S. steel. Some of the biggest competition to traditional American steel companies is also from American steel companies. So the whole thing's grift, right? Don't let's not fall for the idea that there's something worth fighting for on behalf of these fossils of companies, right? They are ossified in their ways. They don't want to compete. That's the whole point. I'm no capitalist, but in the world we live in, I think actually maybe innovating and using efficient production methods is good, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's a big complicated world. I'm summarizing, but tariffs bad, like across the board. This is why you need central planning. Oh yeah, well, you'll never sell that to the American government. Not at this rate. Nationalize everything and greenlight OGAS. I mean, honestly, if steel is such a critical industry that it needs protectionist tariffs, it should be nationalized. Real talk. Like, if there are industries that are that important to national security, or to the general just functioning of your society, it should be nationalized. It shouldn't be privy to the wilds of capitalism. Oh, I ramble. I ramble. I yap. I yap about politics, apparently. That felt good. Oh, goodness gracious. How are y'all doing today? We're 25 minutes in, and I ask you how you're doing. You step in my door. You step in my door, and immediately I start like wildly yapping at you about U.S. Steel and electric mills, and you're like, "What are you talking about?" Get a life, woman. U.S. does do that with some stuff, mostly military. Not even. I mean, some things certainly, but actually, the U.S. military, the reason it's so ungodly expensive to use the US military to even like transfer troops around, right? Is because of public private partnerships. Everything. Even like equipment that you would think belongs to the US military, effectively, in order to be used, has to have private contractors essentially do the basic work and collect exorbitant fees. This is why we joke about how, the US military pay is, fucking $400 a toilet or whatever. We joke about that, but the reason the prices are so inflated is because it's private companies that are partnered with the public institution of the military, and there is a no bid kind of clause built in just by law. So we can't even like negotiate. So even if there were some bureaucrats that are like, we're getting ripped off, we need to like bid and negotiate, they're not allowed to by law. And shitification comes for everything. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. You know. It's bad. It's bad. It's not good. Our country has been devoured by capital. They are cutting us apart bit by bit. Oof, that's sad. I'm gonna stop. The country is capital. Oh, I mean that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Uh, I need to shake the politics though. Not because I don't enjoy it, but because eventually it will start to wear on my mood. Um, I've got to be careful. There was a time when I mean, because I was a politics nerd, uh, like growing up. I did a political category in high school speech team. I studied political science in college. That was what I was there for. I used to be like so like wired in to all that kind of news and stuff. And eventually, it just got to me, and I had to take a long break from it. And now I'm starting to get back into it, but I'm being careful. I'm being careful. And if I can recommend this to anybody, I don't know if everybody needs to hear it, but if you're the sort like me that gets really into these kinds of things, you're allowed to step back and take a break if you need to. You're not performing any kind of civic duty by making yourself miserable. Honest to God, don't do it. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. So I'm taking a step back from the politics now, before it starts being less fun and more frustrating. But thank you all, appreciate it. Now. Speaking, now that we get away from that, do you wanna mess with the politics of a fantasy world? Do we want to check in on Warlord Andro and friends? I think I do. I think I've been missing them. Let's see here. I need to double check something real quick, actually. There we go. Dub. Bless. Very good. You know what I started playing last night? You know what I started getting into? Speaking of, dark, twisted video games, I decided to purchase, install, and begin playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Put me in, coach. You're already in. We're getting the second half started. The second quarter. Not the second half. It's like the second quarter we're coming up on here. There we are. Steam is logging in. It's gonna take itself a sweet moment. But I started playing Vampire the Masquerade. Because I'd always kind of known that it was like a important cultural piece, right? Always wanted to play it, but I always found myself. Goodness, excuse me. I always found myself in a position where I was. I would get interested in it, and then I would view some relevant content for it, and then I'd be like, darn, I wish I didn't remember that. And then, I'd go along and live my life for a while and then repeat the cycle. But this time I was like, oh yeah, Vampire the Masquerade, that exists. And then I was like, I already know I want to play it. Don't look anything up, just buy it and do it. So good. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing game. Wow. It's so good. It's unreasonably good. I can't play it on stream. I cannot play it on stream. I am... Listen, Shadows of Forbidden Gods, you have been and you will continue to see, how do I put this gently? Ten... I'm a little bit of a... I enjoy role-playing as a monster a little bit. Listen, hear me out. Um... I might be a little... I might be a little bit of a... A little bit of a freak. And so I want my Vampire the Masquerades to be nicely off in private, where I don't have to worry about how that might look to a potential audience. If you get me. Might do another playthrough soon. I played a Malkavian, their lines are so great. I've heard that Malkavians are like great as like a later playthrough, because their lines like their lines do the I'm gonna call it the oh my god, what's that movie? Is it Shaun of the Dead? Shaun of the Dead? Where the plot of the movie is of the movie is summarized by like the opening scene, or like an opening kind of ramble and dialogue. No, the trans rat girl is freaky. Jeez, when you put it like that, gosh, scandalous. Wow. Here, let me pull you all up on my phone. I have not actually done that yet. I also need to put the rat up on screen. I mean, I'm already up on screen, but you know what I mean. I gotta put on my other face cam, you know? The one without the filter, the one without the human filter. Here, let me go grab that. That'd be crazy lore. We talk about, like, VTuber, PNG tuber lore, right? Can that be part of my lore? Is, like, this face cam, has the human filter over it? I think that's kind of fun. Where are you? 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 Oh, there you are, my little rat. Whoa, for real? Freaky rat girl, hit up its DMs, please. Alright, deal. Not like I'm already in them, but whatever. Oh, my goodness gracious. Shadows of Forbidden Gods, already in capture. We should be good to go. Let me make sure, yeah. Cool. Let's go get reacquainted with Enchat Destroys the World. Let's see what's happening. Oh, God. Okay, alright. Somebody's gonna... Minions! Give me the brief. What's happening? What's happening here? I've slept since then. Let's see. Let's see if you all remember your jobs. Andrew, what are you doing down here? Exploring ruins? I think Andrew's kind of just laying low and exploring some ruins while we wait for a further task. We want to... It doesn't remember a thing other than it has a gun now. Bless. I think what I want... Okay. Stick a pin in this. Remember, I need to talk about the Coven plan. I see a way forward there. And that'll bring Andro back into the game. Andro right now is sitting out and just exploring some ruins for us, but we need to get Andro ready to come back into the game. It looks like Pixel. It doesn't remember anything other than it has a gun now. You have a gun now! Puppy has a gun? That's awesome. Love that for Puppy.
Pixel the Trickster is returning to the city of Sacent in order to get more items here. That's okay. That's just fine, actually. Going to disrupt Supplicant Peach. That's fine, actually. That's fine. You can be disrupted. That just means they're slowing you down a little bit. So yeah, you're gonna pop up here and you're gonna steal some more items, Pixel. I see what's happening there. Peach, it looks like, is trying to secure the full enshadowment of this little kingdom down here. Is just kind of working away at it and making sure that the book is constantly deployed. That's okay. I'm not minding that very much. We have to keep an eye on this character, this Lightbringer. We've really messed up her personality pretty darn good. But Peach is really high profile right now. Like, really, really high profile. And as such is liable to get caught and, like, kicked out of this city any moment now. We might need to, have you lay low somewhere. Let's let this disrupt go through, and then maybe we'll consider the situation further. I'm back. What did I miss? We were just going through the briefing. So, and then up here, we've got the courtier. And the courtier, Glavko, is infiltrating the area around the city of Risen and preparing it for a move with the book. That's fine, actually. I do wonder. I've had a change of plans. Pixel, I have a job for. I have a change of plans. Pixel's gonna come down here and is going to plant some misleading evidence in the city of Bemis. And we're gonna make an attack against this Lightbringer when the time comes. Is this the book? Is the book magical, or is it the text within? I think the book's magic too, because if it's the text, couldn't you copy the book and distribute the copies? There is an item in this game that you can get, which is it's a rare item. And it's not, you don't just have access to it as a Yaster. It's like anybody can get it. That's just a single page torn out of the book. And it could also drive people insane as like a one-time thing. So I don't know. You tell me. Let's see. We've got a lot of power. I mean, I've got a plan. I've got a plan. I've got a plan. I've got a plan. I just need I need a bit to execute it. All right. Peach has been disrupted. And now this character is going to go back to the city of Bemis and rest. That's fine. Peach has a gun. Peach has a gun. And is going to now go do a murder. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of killing. The timing here is going to be a little bit weird. The timing's a little weird, but I think this will work just fine, actually. See, the thing is, what I'm wondering is, I'm just looking, so what I'm wanting to organize here is I want Peach to attack the Lightbringer, because the Lightbringer is kind of still a little bit of a problem. This character's pretty well neutralized, right? But this one is willing to attack Peach pretty reliably. Maybe you'll get them on the defense here, actually. And if you're gonna get them on the defense, I think what we're going to do is we're gonna give up your basic axe. In favor of the book. So hold here, hold here. We're gonna do some shenanigans here, movement-wise. Oh, this is great. Alright. Fifth seal broke. This is actually huge. Passive. The Laughing Tome's dropped effects now influence neighboring locations. And the Laughing Tome, when influencing a single character, also causes madness at their location. Our book just got way more powerful. Madness shall reign. So you're gonna go rest and resupply. We've got a few turns to organize this. What we're gonna do is Peach is gonna have to do a little wandering around for this to be efficient. Peach pops up here and gives the axe to Pixel. Well, I say that. Comes up here and gives the concealed dagger to Pixel. Pixel needs the intrigue here. Alright, and then you're gonna go to the Elder Tomb and get the book. Because the book makes you a lot stronger. You're the protector of the tome, Peach. You're a good puppy. You know, when you got that book with you, you know, when you're carrying around the book, you're real tough. Not gonna let anybody have it. Pixel comes down here and is going to, which is gonna be fast enough. 5 turns for misleading clues. Alternatively, 5 clues and we get the poison off. I think we're going to do the poison first. Is the poison necessary? It's going to weaken this hero. They're not very strong to begin with, if I'm being frank with you. Let's just do misleading clue. I don't think we need the poison. I don't think we need the poison just yet. We're going to have to use some power here soon. Like this coming turn. We could use a point of it now. An Orc Slayer. Dislikes orcs. Kind of a problem, given given that, you know, she lives in the area of, you know, the orcs that we're trying to control. But what if we make her... Okay, listen, hear me out. What if we make her kind of like orcs? Fucking racism? What if we turn her... What if we change her mind? What if we make her a bit of an orc fucker? You know? What if? What if? That'll just future-proof. That should keep the orcs a little bit safer in this area. Yes, yes, yes! I'm glad you're on board. This game brings out true evil within us. There's two ogres here. If Peach had time, I would love to get those ogres in here. But, so you're still going to rest and resupply. God, I wish we could have that ogre. It's fine. Peach is just gonna fucking kill this this mage. Just about one-shot them. Pretty close. They might run. They might run. Which is okay if it happens, I guess. This would take 8 turns now. You just need to summon the tome here. That's fine. Take it. Peach. Honey. Why haven't you gone and placed the tome yet? It's turn 110. I asked you to do this on turn 0. Listen. I need you to take it to the city of Bemis and go kill somebody with it, alright? Bullying it? What do you mean? It needs to do its job. It's a powerful minion of a dark goddess, you know? Like, you need to step up, really. Alright, you're gonna pop down here. You're gonna spend some time, like, laying low and getting ready down here. Oh, well, they're not gonna attack you. Maybe you just go for the strike as soon as it's prepped. Remove a troublesome adversary from the area. Where do you live, anyways, Lightbringer? You're from Bemis. This kill might be fundamentally unnecessary, but it will be extremely funny. Never... Never mind. All of our preparation works out. Great treasures can be found beneath the earth, sealed away during one of the past ages, either by a civilization long gone or by some darker power, dying and seeking to lay the seeds of its return. Warlord Andro has stumbled upon such a treasure, a gift from the past, an artifact level item. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? The Hood of Shadows. What is this? I've never seen this one. That looks sick. Reduces security in the agent's location based on shadow up to -3. Yeah, you can ditch the shield. You need to deliver that to somebody. That's so good. What do you mean? Oh my god, who do we give that to? Good job, Andro. Oh my god. Okay. You need to make a delivery. I don't know who to give this to. There's not really any shadow up here yet. But there will be. Oh, there will be. We could deliver it over to Peach, maybe. Peach is a little bit more of a rumbler. All in a day's work? All in a day's work. Listen, I gotta... These orcish excavations are treating us pretty nice so far, actually. So I suppose you could be, like, my mail courier real quick. You're not up to terribly much. Pop over here, hand that off to Peach, take the book up to Glavko while Pixel gets back to work, but Pixel's gonna go back to work, like, up by Glavko anyways. So you don't need to deliver the book yourself. No, you do need to deliver the book. I forgot about a plot. I need to tell you all this. I was gonna keep it as a surprise. So, this witch, earlier, we gave her a liking for Shadow. This has not been enough to incite her to dark worship, unfortunately. But if I were to triple this effect, she would be doing dark worship almost all the time, which would begin to spread shadow across this area, which would be very powerful and eventually invite local forces to destroy the Coven, freeing up the orcs to expand. In order to triple this value, her preference, in order to make her obsessed with shadow, I need to get the book into her hands. Which should be pretty straightforward, actually. Andrew's gonna go do that for me. So, Andrew, you're gonna go to Bemis, and you're going to deliver the hood to Peach. You're gonna deliver the hood to Peach, and then... I mean, that should be pretty good. Eventually, that hood might be traded off to Glavko, but we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, instead of attacking the Lightbringer here, we're gonna be standing by... Oh, God. Elven Warbears. Can Peach beat these? Uh-oh. 1, 2... We've got, like, 1 turn to recruit. If you got a sellsword... You're really tough right now. Normally you wouldn't stand a chance, but with the book, you could do this. Maybe. Let's do some math. Let's see what happens here. So the Crystal Smith herself is very healthy, actually. Is very healthy, but not terribly strong. Each warbear... the damn leaf lovers. The damn leaf lovers are coming for us. It's kind of a very dangerous party. Really what Peach needs is some of those orcs. Really, Peach just needs, like, some of those ogres, actually, is what I mean. Like, an ogre or two, and you can kill that person, like, on defense pretty easily. Like, just an ogre actually fixes all of this. But you don't have one. It'll take you too long to get one. So does a single sellsword make up for it? A team of sellswords would. A team of sellswords, I think, makes this into a winning fight for you. Almost. It's really close. The problem is these warbears have defense 3. So Peach will kill the middle one in one hit. Lose all of the defense. So you're going to be fleeing, is what's happening here, I think. If I'm doing my math right. Am I doing my math right? This is very important. I can't let Peach die here. Crystal Smith swings on attack. Hits 5, so that's 1 damage through to Peach. No, so you'd be doing this with a crew. So the sellsword dies outright on the first attack. Peach swings back, one-shots the middle elven warbear. 2 elven warbears attack with a value of 2. Peach's defense eats that. Peach runs. We pay 15 gold here for a sellsword, and Peach takes no damage and kills a warbear. You know what? It's not ideal. But then Pixel is going to have this set up. We'll pin this little fight that's about to play out on the mage or something. I don't know. I think this is fine. I'm gonna make the call. I am going to, because I've had to do this. In chat too, just in case. I'm not one to save scum, but this is deterministic, and I'm just hoping I did my math right. Sellsword recruited, misleading clues, very good. Peach, lay low for like 1 turn, I guess. Pixel... What's Pixel gonna do? You know, the problem with Pixel's Mr. Edgar ability is, like... This monkey is gonna die if I attack anybody. I need the monkey to be, like, on the edge of the party. It's fine, I guess. Alternatively, we set up, Pixel to attack the Crystal Bringer. Maybe. You know? Like, hear me out. Because the Crystal Bringer's, or the Crystal Smith is really kind of trouble. You know? Long term, is making these anti-darkness crystals. Pixel can recruit that. Which would give menace, gives its profile. Yeah. Let's do it. Alright, Peach. Clutch up. Clutch your kick. Ooh. You need your money, I'm afraid. But so just buy a, buy a regular trinket. Unwarding, actually kind of good for you. And Peach is being attacked. Let's hope this works the way I think it does. 1, swing back, kill. 2, Peach takes effectively no damage besides losing the single sellsword. It's not worth it to swing back because Peach dies, so flee. We could give the Crystal Smith some menace, maybe? But I feel like that's unnecessary. Just slip away quietly. Good work. Now they're in position. They want to recruit a new elven warbear? I don't know. I mean, it works out. It's a little bit of a curious situation, I'll confess. You're gonna go on guard. You want to do that. Peach seriously just needs to lay low for a while. It's fine. Pixel the Trickster has a sellsword. Andro is like out here sailing God, crossing the sea. Another community falls to us. Very good. Get me some intrigue score on Glavko. You're a new agent, so you need to get ready. 10 turns, and then we'll start breaking into Risen. Alright. Did things go exactly according to plan down here? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not really sure. Is this monkey about to die attacking a crystal smith? Maybe. Maybe, possibly, very slightly, but don't worry too much. I think we can get away with this attack, actually. Would you, Peach, would you let, Pixel borrow your gun? Suzerain flashed into my brain. Are we gonna have Suzerain after this is done? We could do Suzerain at some point. I don't know when it's going to be relative to the rest of this. God, getting the chance to execute this Crystal Smith here would be so good, though. I want it. Okay, just Pixels with a gun. Very good. We'll hand over the gold real quick, too, just in case. So with a gun and axe, we should be able to deal... I don't think this is a kill. I think this is a serious damage to the Crystal Smith. Whoa, huge swing. Mr. Edgar gets fucked. Pixel swings for lethal. That's a kill. It cost us a monkey. Alright. And then all of this menace and such should be getting assigned to... well, actually, I don't know. I think all of this menace gets assigned to somebody else. I think. I hope. Leave the body where it lies is probably reasonable. Yeah. Cool. Steal their money. We don't need these elf stones. They do us no good. No, not the monkey. Pixel's goaded. I mean, after we reach the end, after turn 500. I don't know. I don't know, unfortunately. I mean, we'll probably do something else, you know, besides Shadows of the Forbidden Gods. I just don't know what's going to be on our list. Cool. We robbed him. Pixel does eat the menace there, unfortunately. An elf soul. Misleading clues. So there's misleading clues here. Actually, hold on. A juicy opportunity here. So we've been wanting to, like, make this mage into a villain, you know? Secrets of Death is a really easy way to do that. This is... You can produce an arcane secret by exploiting the soul of the dead. You know, of like a dead hero or ruler. It's very quick. It just creates a lot of menace and profile. All of this is about to get assigned to this mage. It's basically free. It's basically free. Genuinely so good. Alright, Pixel hands back the guns. Is going to take the Laughing Tome. I think Pixel will also take the cash for now. We'll keep the cash that she just got. She just earned through murder. You do need to lay low for a moment. But then Pixel's gonna run the book over. Well, no, actually, no. We're actually getting reorganized here, so we'll see in a moment. We'll see. Everything's getting a little bit disorganized here. I have so many irons in the fire. I've lost track of them. All right. The Mage Nericlis has redeemed the soul of Mage Vesphite. Vesphite is no longer has fallen into shadow. All the more reason to accuse her of meddling with necromancy. We will neutralize her one way or another. Good, good. Peach is going to get the Hood of Shadows, is going to give up the basic axe in turn. Peach will also go ahead and take the... You don't need that gold. You're going to be doing heists anyways. Well, are you? No, Andrew's about to go back to digging. So Peach can take the gold. Good job, Andrew. Good pull. Andrew's going to travel out this way in a moment. So trade with Pixel. Give Pixel an axe. Take the book. And Andrew's personal mail service now goes to deliver a book to a witch. We'll go there for now, and then we'll see where the witch turns up. So it could be either of these witches. It's just that this one is set up already for this. And then it'll all come together. Lightbringer Tesse is moving to attack Peach. Uh-oh. Oh, well, you're not very strong. And you have a ruined potion. Okay, we might have to do a little more murder in a moment. A little bit more murder. Oh, but now you don't have the book anymore. Fuck. You don't have the book anymore. That's actually a huge problem. If we give you the book, you win. Never mind. Andrew, delay for a moment. The actions taken by Selkirk and Peach are investigated and clues found which incriminate Mage Vesphite in necromancy. She is now infamous. She's not welcome in any cities anymore. She's gonna get kicked out of Sassant. Handing off the book to someone, you're gonna laugh. You know, this one's a good one. This is a comedy. All right, trade that book back. Trade that book back, real quick. Peach is about to get attacked. Peach should now be strong enough to wipe the floor with them, I think. I mean, it's kind of close, actually. Hold on, let me do the math here. Oh, yeah, Peach wipes the floor now with the book. Oh my god. Have you seen that Markiplier episode of Uno? I have never watched Markiplier, actually. I know through cultural osmosis, and my younger sibling was really into Markiplier, so I know a bit, but no, I can't say I'm I can't say I'm truly familiar. Wow, you're about to die, lady. Peach is about to devour you. Pixel probably should lay low a little while longer. I guess Peach can start to rest and resupply just while you're standing here. Well, no, actually, because Peach, You see, this would be a good use for, like, Andro to come and, like, destroy these people, but Andro's actually relatively low profile. Andrew's doing okay. Oh my god, you know what we could do? You know what we could do? We could strike first. I know that they're coming for me. Why not go after them? Why not get first attack? Why not? Do it. Kill the sellsword right off the bat. Doesn't even penetrate our defense. Swing, hit hard. Swing, hit hard. They want to keep going? Killer. This elf now hates Peach. But Peach, I want you to glory in the victory and gain infamous. So now, if they'd ever manage to kill you, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Can you give me a rough estimate as to when we're liberating the Northern Orcs? Get back to me in like 100 turns. Because you need to make this into a base of power first. And we're working on it. We're neutralizing a lot, but this does take some time. Okay. Cool. Peach, you need a bodyguard. You need a bodyguard? Andrew's been idle for a turn. Oops. Okay, 100 turns. Got it. Yeah. That's definitely the ETA that I provided, and not just an incredibly rough estimate. So you're just still laying low. You're gonna pop over here. Protecting Peach is becoming more difficult right now. Andrew's kind of on bodyguard duty, frankly, which is okay. Andrew can seriously mess up anybody that goes after Peach at this moment. Yeah, that's probably your job right now. That is probably just Andrew's job at this moment. We are full on power. The problem is now I need to deal with this Lightbringer. I need to get him not to attack Peach. So I probably need to just manipulate his personality a bit. He already dislikes combat. Dislikes combat. Maybe dislikes danger, too. Maybe make him dislike danger. Yeah, there we go. So now he's much more likely to reduce tensions. You know, he's not very likely to go after Peach. We will have to keep a close eye on this character, actually. Another Wayfinder's going after Peach. Fuck. This one's not nearly as dangerous. No, this one's way more dangerous. What am I talking about? This one has 7 attack. Andrew, you're on bodyguard duty. Peach, you need to conscript an ogre because you need an actual task force that's able to protect you. Andrew, take the book. Take the book and get ready to fuck shit up. That's all I got for you. This is about to get bloody. This is not going to be very graceful. I just lost track of the target. Where is he? Oh, he's just coming down here. Okay. He's gonna land on the shores and there's gonna be a couple of ogres waiting for him. It's gonna be great, trust me. This is gonna be so funny. I think Andrew wins this, right? Andrew should win this. We've got 2 ogres. All of the elves are after Peach now. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to wade through a swarm of rats. We cannot have you delayed right now. You're going to disrupt Peach to try and slow Peach down. That sucks, actually. No, not the elves. The elves are coming to, like, mess you up, hon. I'm sorry. It's bad out here. It's kind of terrible, actually. Pixel needs to recruit another sellsword and get ready for the fucking fight of our lives. Andro, I believe that you can hold the line here. Most of these elves aren't very strong. It's just like there's 2 of them coming on an attack path. The disruption can go through, okay. The disruption can go through. I don't mind that too much. Yeah, let's keep an eye on the situation. You are... fine. You're fine, I guess. Andrew's gonna, like, idle here a turn, I suppose, maybe? No, why idle? Why idle? Just leap out into the water and attack this guy, I think, is the answer. You're gonna want initiative anyways. Do it. Fuck them up. Drive them back into the sea. Alright. Warbear down. This guy attacks. A huge 7 swing, but the ogre survives. The ogre won't survive another hit. Andro... Ogre deals that. That goes through. And he retreats. He retreats. He loses all of his warbears. Andro... I need to make these people less prone to combat. You know, they're just... terrify them. Make them scared. I want coward elves, not brave, heroic elves. I'll take them. You did really good there. You can probably stop the second one and not take any losses, is what I'm seeing here. Oh, easily, easily, easily. Pixel the Trickster... Buy an inscrutable item. A potion of lesser healing. You did get scammed, but that's okay. You got scammed, but this happens sometimes. Unfortunately, Pixel can't steal anymore. Otherwise, I would really want to do an attack on this Wayfinder. I don't really want Peach to be disrupted, but also we are winning right now. We can probably allow that to go through. So, yeah, Andro can pass turn here. Idle for 6 turns. That's not true. How did the game count that? Mad Baron... Yeah, lose 5 sanity. I don't care. That's fine. And now Risen is pretty much as ready as it's ever gonna be. Ready as ever. Let's start this process of infiltrating it, shall we? Alright, how goes the war over here? This Crystal Smith is ready to get destroyed by Andro. Swing, kill, maim. Yep, and they retreat. They retreat, and we're gonna make them dislike danger in combat. I don't want them to come back. The elves can stay holed up in their little sanctuaries for all I care. You know, on one hand, it could be nice to lure them out, but under these circumstances, I'm gonna leave it be. You've got a full retinue. Andro needs to rest and recover a little bit. And also finally deliver this book. Job well done, folks. Job well done. Peach has been protected. I'm gonna have Pixel stay on standby in the area for a moment. And lay low. There will be a disruption that goes through here. But aside from this Crystal Smith, are you a new Crystal Smith? This is a new Crystal Smith that spawned to replace the old one. I think that's how it works. Other than that, I mean, you've got a ways to go before you go after Peach. Let's manipulate you a little bit, maybe. Well, no. Let's leave it be. We'll see. Disrupted. And infiltrate that market. This is going well. This is off to a fine start today, folks. I mean, it got a little bit bloody, but that also means that we got to kill some heroes. You know, we got to put some of our very strong, beefy kind of, you know, frontliners to work, and they did their job very well, protecting our aggressive expansion. Like, this is very good for turn 126, I would like to say. You know, on hard, you know? I mean, it could be better, but it could be a lot worse. You're likely to go rest and resupply. You're already wounded. I just don't like... He's peaceful and risk-averse. We get Peach a bodyguard with this ogre, which will make Peach really dangerous. And then we have Peach lay low for a while and get recovered. It should be fine. Peach is just gonna have to slow roll it for a while, and that's okay. That's quite alright. No problems there. Yeah. And you're gonna lay low for a little bit, and then you're gonna go north. Well, I don't know, I say that Pixel could potentially get a nice little swing in here against the elves, too. Nah. We're already too high profile. Here's this lady. She's gonna come back this way in a moment. I'm gonna have Pixels, Andrew start to rest and resupply. Ooh. Gain the gold. We're gonna Enshadow anyways, this city. We're gonna Enshadow this city, so we'll take the gold instead. This is 10 sanity. The Mad Baron. I mean, that's cool that he's losing his mind, don't get me wrong, but he is already kind of crazy. Does he have any interesting family relations? He's an Esther Miku. That doesn't mean much to me. Thank you for the hydrate, Anjo. I appreciate it. Drive him a little more insane. Yeah, not a big family. Not a big family, but he's gonna lose his mind a little bit more. Maybe mess up his local territory further. It's a pretty small investment. We're making plenty of power, I don't mind. Good. You've rested and resupplied. You're obsessed with gold. Cool. That should be fine for now. And then Andrew needs to lay low. BRB, gotta check my Wi-Fi? Okay. I paranoid. I check my stream, which is doing fine, maintaining a good rate, thank goodness. Yeah. Doing okay. 4 turns, Peach will be protected. Pixel's probably good to move on. Yeah, that seems to make sense. Okay. I think Pixel's gonna curry some mail for us up to Glavco. Go ahead and trade. I'm gonna take this, and we're gonna take the Hood of Shadows. And maybe even the Potion of Lesser Healing. That might be important, actually. Cool. Alright. And you're gonna pop up here. Ogre Conscripted. Ooh. Now, the question. More lore or more intrigue? I do think it's gotta be more lore. I think Peach is gonna end up being kind of our behind-the-lines, like, ritual master, as opposed to a frontline infiltrator. It's just building up so much menace and profile, you know, they're gonna be out of action for a long time anyways. Yeah, so now you're just gonna end up laying low for a while. My protector of the tome. That has ended up being such a good ability, by the way. It's been so good. There's no way we were winning some of those fights without it. And lay low for a while, please. Thank you. Very nice. So I popped into work today. And just briefly, that's one of the tasks I had to do before I started stream, because I woke up today. I woke up today and I realized I'd never actually gone and gotten the schedule for the week. And I shouldn't be scheduled Mondays, because I've asked for Mondays off. But I didn't know for sure. So I ate and I walked over there just to be certain. And I was not on the schedule. But I walked in there and explained very briefly what I was doing there to a couple of the managers as I walked past. And I'm like, are you still not getting emails with the schedule? And then it dawned on me that I am supposed to get emails, and I have not in like the year I've been working here. It just kind of got put off fixing it for like ages. Oh, very good. Okay. So you have rested, recovered, laid low for a while. We pop over here and we're gonna rob this witch. But not in order to take things from her. No, 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 no. We're going to give her a gift. Huh. Yeah, so I talked to the HR lead. And just stepped into her office briefly while I was over there. And it turns out they just had the wrong... Like, what would you call it? Like comparing, like... AOL, you know, at AOL to at Hotmail. Not that those are emails that I use, but, you know, a domain? Is that it? They had the right email handle, but the wrong email provider listed. Alright, so you have what we're looking for now, which is the book. So you have the book. That allows me now to fascinate you. And you should now be, yes, fascinated with Shadow. Now, this witch is going to do her utmost, because she's obsessed with Shadow, to weaken local wards and do dark worship. Very good, very good. We have made her into an agent of the dark. You'll love to see it, folks. So were they sending the schedule to a completely random person? I imagine they were sending it to nobody. Is how that was going. And they got the first email I gave them wrong too. So like, it's not like I had not tried to fix this, you know, like within the first couple of months of my employment. It's just when I tried to fix it, they also got it wrong again, which is very funny to me. Let's see here. Well, Andrew, you're looking pretty good right now. Your menace is getting a little bit high, but you're also very damn tough. I do think I want you to lay low for a little while longer. Maybe? Well, I don't know. Probably just send you over to the ruins. Finish excavating. Until they... This witch will be driven mad shortly. And then we're gonna have to, like, re-deliver the book out here to the other witch, preferably. I can dig so good. You are such a good excavation master. We're gonna send you. Alright, assassin. What happened to this mage up here, anyways? What happened to her? See heroes. Oh, she's right up here. How's she doing? Life sucks for her. Very much, actually. She can't enter the cities. She can't enter the cities. She can't. There's ruins under the convent here? What? Hold on. There's ruins under this convent that have not been touched at all. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's kind of sick. Pixel is going to steal a hero's item. We're going to continue to pin our crimes on somebody else. This week, Glav Komet finds he has no more tasks to be completed. Go party. That's what I would do when all my tasks are completed. Party hard. Yeah, go dig. The ruins of Taunta Horde have declared war on the kingdom of Yanshi. Oh my god, they're liberating themselves. Our brothers of the north. They fight on. Oh my god, they're going after Yanshi. If somebody else decks on them, they're kind of in trouble. That's kind of cool. Alright. Nifty. The Descent Bastion. How much gold have you just put in here? 157? Oh my god. Try old tricks. You can... Peach. Somebody tries to rob Peach. Peach robs them back. And then also accesses this cache. So this ruler is mad. And so they just randomly at some point decided to put all their gold in a secret cache, which we then robbed. And we're now mega rich. We're so rich. We could do things with this much money. We could do serious things. All right, we got something to accuse the mage of a crime. I think what we'll do... Oh, the Chosen One's here. That's probably fine. I guess the Chosen One can be here. Macy's village. Oh my god, there's another ruin under this village. There's so many ruins around here. North base funding tonight. You know, honestly, it's popping off up here. We might send you back north. You're pretty tough now. You've got 2 ogres with you. You've built up a pretty strong command and might skill. If you unified these hordes, which you could do, you can control both of them at the same time. I'm a little worried about Tetris Bay Horde getting unified at this point, though. They're pretty weak down here. They're just festering. And yet that might be the move. When you finish this dig, I'm sending you north, Andrew. Don't let me forget. It's time that you returned home. They've struck out against the bourgeoisie on the northern island. We must support our brethren, our comrades. All right, Peach is doing great out here. What is Peach doing? That's a great question. I've kind of low-key forgotten in this mess. Oh, you just robbed that cache. You were laying low. Peach needs to continue to lay low. Menace is too impossibly high right now. Lay low until you reach minimum profile, and then you should have leave to dominate the south here pretty readily. Pixel has a personal item of the mage that we're trying to turn into public enemy #1, which is kind of funny. She's doing her best out here, but to still be a hero, but it's not going to work out for her. Yes. Yes. Glavko is going to continue infiltration, but then when it's time to pivot and enshadow this place, that's a really nice shield. That's a genuinely really good item right there. It's genuinely such a nice item. What the hell? That's almost worth giving to Andro, though I would really prefer... I wonder... I'm gonna click around for a moment. Geomantic Locus... No. Are there any down here? Nope. Hey, there is, right over here. Any others? Nope. This is a Wandering Manticore. This is a really good item that you can get from this Andrew. So I'll let you finish this dig. You're gonna get the Manticore head, and then you're going north. Sorry, change the schedule, but the Manticore head, it gives you +1 might, +1 command, and lets orcs in particular build a special minion camp. It's kind of sick actually. It's kind of good. Okay. All right. So you've got like 15 to do on that. That's a little less than ideal, I suppose. I'm wondering right now. I'm wondering. Pixel might want to lay low for a little bit. Pixel needs to deliver this item, though. So Pixel delivers the Hood of Shadows to Glavkamat. Dad went to get milk and cigarettes and came back with a T-35. Real, true. So Pixel comes over here and delivers that. Probably can also deliver the Concealed Dagger, if I'm being frank with you. And you know what? Maybe also the gold. Glavkamat is going to be pretty gold hungry for a while, and I would rather Glavkamat not be spending their time trying to make money. You get me? So you deliver all of that. Now the trouble is, I really do need... Glavkamat to be able to enshadow this place and not get caught, which means Misleading Clues. Misleading Clues takes 6 turns, which means Glavkamat's gonna be like behind schedule pretty bad. But if it's 5, I guess you can be frank if I want. I don't think I do. You could lay low for a little while. It's just so busy here right now is the problem. It might be worth exploring some of these ruins while we wait. Yeah, we've got time. We've got time. Tell you what. Pop over here to the Fulai Convent. Warlord Antro follows a cacophony of distant shrieks and cries until he stumbles upon a cavern of creeping, leaping, and crawling creatures. In this place, reality is being unmade, and the laws of nature give rise to absurd and impossible configurations of the flesh. Gain 40 gold. Gather the bugs. Gather the magic bugs. Glavko feels unwell. Somebody's poisoned Glavko. I heal Glavko with my magic powers. Warlord Andro gains 40 gold in the form of a set of dragonflies. Their twitching will stop when they leave this region of a natural life. Good job, Andro. Very, very good job. Alright, you've got 40 gold. That's enough to get you started. You need a... Where is this bastard wandered off to? Even closer to you? Perfect. We need to go deal with this. You're gonna infiltrate the library. You are gonna explore these ruins. And everything is going to come together for us. You're weakening the wards here. Very good, very good. They're working for me, these witches. I need to get the other one working for me too, is what we need. So I'm going to use this and make you like Shadow as well. Right? But then we need to also make you obsessed. So we'll need to redeploy the book. Redeploying the book is probably going to be the job of Peach here, as the only local agent in the area. Profile is hit minimum. Menace is still insanely, stupidly high. Like, insane. Like 109 right now. It's actually like... If anybody knows where Peach is, they're gonna want to kill, you know? But there aren't a lot of heroes around here. And none of them are really that strong. You've got an ogre with you. You've got an ogre with you and Peach has a gun. I think Peach can pull this off. I think Peach can do this. I think it'll be okay. We just need to get in position to deliver the book. Probably you can continue to lay low for a little while longer while you wait. Has this bastard moved? It did move. Fuck. The wandering manticore wandered, and then it started blasting. Alright, Andro. On the Rotan Cliffs, you now do battle with a manticore. Good luck. Bring me its head, por favor. There we are. Which Desku Tinamena has been driven insane by the tome, and now the tome has escaped into this local castle, which is not the worst, actually. This other witch is very sane and will be a great candidate for holding on to this. What kind of insanity have we inflicted you with? You like orcs, you like deep ones, and you like undead. That's perfect. Perfect madness for you to be afflicted with. So now we just need to deliver the tome to you. It's such a shame. I mean, I get it. I get it. It's a shame that I can't just go pick up the tome where it's lying. That would make it a little too strong. You have lost your mind. And bribed your own guards. Good job. We don't need that, but I appreciate the support. You can reduce your menace by killing a local druid. Yeah, do it. I'm kind of getting into the flow here. Wow, more gold? Jeez, we could have just shadowed this place normally, but... This is our get out of jail free card, folks. You love to see this. Causes a unit to be disrupted for 3 turns, canceling their current task and rendering them unable to take action temporarily. If a hero is doing something that I don't like, I just spend 3 power and now they're not doing it anymore. It's so good. They might just immediately pick the same task back up, but the ability to stop things is so important. Finds a place where a hoard of gold was once stored. Most of it has been taken by looters, but some appears to have been moved, perhaps to hide it to retrieve it later. This cache of gold might be gone, or it might still be present where the thief hid it. It's gambit time, folks. Folks, it's gambit time. We could gain 20 gold. Guaranteed. Or 25% chance we find 100 gold. 75% chance we get nothing. What do you think? Now, I'm going to tell you, statistically, I would make more money, on average, seeking the gold cache every time. Do it. Yeah! Jackpot! Oh boy. Pixel the Trickster finds the Thief's Cask and gains 100 gold. Listen, folks, always gamba. 99% of gamblers stop right before they hit it big. God, it's a party over here. Well, the library's still being infiltrated. That's gonna take a pretty long time, given our setbacks. What happened here? Oh, our bribery wore off. Uh-oh. That's okay, now we've got gold. We're gonna come over here and Pixel's gonna line some pockets. Yes! Yes! Yes, 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 they did it! Robbing banks, spreading books, fighting liberation wars, interesting parallels. Yeah, you know, when you say it that way. Okay, this is huge, actually. This is a big deal. This is a big, 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 big deal. Look at this. The first domino has fallen in the north. Victory is at hand. Victory is at hand. We can maybe, we can actually maybe even move to stage 2. Oh my god, we can maybe move to stage 2 of the orc plan. You know what else is huge? Oh, I know what else is huge. Not you, Tiny, that's right. Hello, you dirty girl. Welcome in, welcome in. The amount of damage I'm taking, dear lord. Yeah. Let's do bribery first. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. That 130 TA was surprisingly on point. I can see the future. It's simply known. Oh my god, they're sabotaging the mage now. They're stealing your gold and taxes. It's so good. That mage is taking so much heat for us right now. Very, very good. Very, 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 very good. We could poison the Chosen One. What's the Chosen One up to? Stuff. Things, mostly. I legally cannot die. Yeah, legally you can't. That's not good, but good you're not the one dying. Oh, good. What dialectical materialism does to a motherfucker. Alright, let's see then. We need... So Pixels bribed the guards and brought infiltration in this city down to a reasonable point yet again. But the truth of the matter is that we're still kind of waiting on Glavgo to finish up the infiltration. It's not done yet. So what useful things can Pixel do in the meantime? Well... You're probably poisoning the Chosen One, right? Or laying low. You probably lay low for a little bit. No. Poison the Chosen One. Neo 2, I figure boss, this is... this fuck is hard. Aw, damn. Good luck. You can influence the Monk of Dawn. Really? Oh my god. We're full. We're full on Elder influence. So this is a thing. We didn't mess with this at all last time. I looked at the religions in this world, and I was like, okay, moving on. But you can build up influence over them, and then use that to influence their tenets. The truth of the matter is... I don't really care. So I'm probably just gonna throw this away and be like, okay, -1 to your alignment status. If we ever get this into the negative, we'll be able to like really manipulate the religion. So that's the big one. But otherwise, I don't really mind any of this stuff. Did I get the thing or not? I think you're still working on it. Yeah, in a couple turns. You're almost ready. Alright, we need to pick up that book relatively soon. This guy's over here destroying arcane secrets. That's okay, actually. I don't mind. You're laying low. Oh shit, somebody's on their way to bind the tome. No you're not. Fuck off. Stop it. Get some help. I always forget about, like, binding the tome until somebody's, like, right on top of it. Very good. Andro has slain the Manticore, and now carries its head, increasing their command and its might. Good job, Andro. Very proud of you. And now, Andrew returns to the distant north, a hero. A mighty hero. Summon that tome. Now the problem is you're gonna move first. So at this point, I do need to, unfortunately, kind of waste 3 power on... Oh, you're not performing a challenge yet. Fuck. It's fine. Yeah. Regrettably, they start binding the tome, and now I can disrupt them. And now Peach snatches the tome out from under them. Good job. Alright, we figured it out. It took a moment. It took a moment. Good. Peach, you don't really need this potion of lesser healing. You'll live forever, trust me. Yeah, Peach will live forever. And there we go. Pixel the Trickster encounters a group of potential supporters. Some of the local decadents are willing to assist her, but their support has a cost, a taste of my power. I don't really need Pixel to have more intrigue right now, if I'm being honest with you. Pixel's just kind of on standby more than anything. It's not bad. Do it. I guess it's fine. We'll take advantage of the opportunity. So, good job up here, Glavko. You're almost... We've almost taken the palace now. With the palace almost within our grasp, it does seem wise, maybe... Yeah, to just continue with that. Get in there. Get in there and get it done. Peach has the book. Peach is still pretty darn high menace at 95, but your profile is really quite low now. So long as you aren't spotted by any local heroes, I'm not expecting a big issue. You're gonna come over here and, Peach, do you wanna corrupt a witch for me? That kind of sounds fun. Once you have access to where a person eats, where they sleep, you can strike them in ways their armor and shield can never protect them against. Yes, let's go. Let's go. So we poison the Chosen One. Next time the Chosen One goes to rest and resupply, they will be poisoned and lose a few turns. Not a big deal, but something we can spend our time doing. We're going to want Pixel to lay low for a moment. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. These wards are like an actual problem is the thing. We're doing what we can with the unwarding item, but it is an issue. It is an issue. Good. You've arrived. Glavko 10 menace or 10 profile? Profile, question mark. They'll let the old ladies gossip, it'll be fine, trust. Okay, you need to pop over here now. Oh, you're coming to the castle. No, just stay here then, it's fine. You're idle, but you haven't actually wasted any actions. And then this witch is gonna join the book club. Yippee! Yay! Dub. Let's go. That works for me. Now, what do we do? With all this wealth and power. A fine question. Reading for the win? We love reading in this house. Reading is so good. Peach is in a little bit of a strange position. At 110 menace, Peach really can't afford to be spotted by anybody. Which means Peach probably needs to just return down here and secure the demise of these people. There's still the daughters here down here at Enchat. This is all of you. This is you. The daughters here. Fund the Northern Orcs. Sending funding up to the Northern Orcs would probably genuinely be a fine idea, but I kind of missed the boat slightly. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send support to the Northern Orcs relatively soon. I might even be just on time. I think we can pull it off. I think it's literally turn perfect. So what that's going to require... What that is going to require... Andrew, it's time for you to take this place back over. It's time to unite the hordes. It is going to cause some issues with Tetris Bay maybe catching some heat for what's happening down here, but it is going to make the command structure way easier for us. So I think that's what we're going to do, even if it is risky. Even if it's risky, I think we're going to do it. Nah, is it really a good idea? I mean, it's easy enough for you to pop down and, like, kill another orc upstart. It's probably easy enough. You probably don't actually need that. Yeah, no, let's keep them separate for now. You're now gonna switch over to be in command here. It had to be done anyways. Cool. So we'll do that. On the other hand, you are now going to be fascinated. And now you're obsessed with Shadow as well. So now both of these witches should be working to do dark worship and weaken the local wards. This is going to become a base of Shadow, and I don't even need to do anything about it because we've made them do the work for us. Actually so important and cool. Peach has done very well finishing that off. Good ideas? What that? I don't know either. I just have them sometimes. I have ideas and I pretend they're good. Good. So this'll cook. This'll brew on its own. Our little witch's cauldron. Shadow spreads unchecked down here, but pretty slowly. We could probably just leave this to fester for a while, and it's not going to be a real issue. It is a shame to have Peach's wealth go unused for now, but we probably do need to save it and return to Bemis and try desperately to get Peach to a reasonable menace level. That's so much money is the problem. We really need somebody to take it off Peach's hands. It's an insane amount of wealth. Like, we could use that to fund the deep ones up here, like, so readily. We've got 2 major deep one cults here. both of which are begging for help. And, there's nothing I can do about it right now. Because Peach is just too infamous. Peach will eventually die a glorious death. I mean, retire to a farm upstate. But for now, I think Peach has to slow down to execute the next plan. Huh? Yay, farm! Yeah, it's gonna be a big farm with a big field that you can go scamper about in. It's gonna be great, trust me. You're gonna love it. Andros arrived. Glavko's family is gaining personal grudges against them because they've turned to evil. That's fine. Oh, this upstart moved while you were en route. That's fine. That's okay. Pop up here. Alright, you're down here. You're ready to lay low for a while. Pixel has finished laying low. Very important. We keep Pixel relatively low profile. The city palace is about to be infiltrated. We're gonna set some misleading clues and we're gonna enshadow this city. The unwarding item that we randomly got is actually doing so much work for us here in Risen. It's actually incredible. You love to see that unwarding item here. Cool. And Andrew, you're gonna do a murder for me real quick. Just a little bit of killing. Is this gonna be fine? I think this is gonna be fine. I just don't want you to lose your ogre. I think it's fine. Do it. Yeah, kill, swing, swing, swing. The orc upstart retreats, but will die on the next round. You haven't actually been idle, don't worry about it. You're gonna go perform a challenge to recruit a goblin. That's cool, good for you, I guess. 2... Yeah, you die. You die. Instantly. Good kill, Andrew. Good kill, good kill. Now you're gonna switch your banner. You now run the Taunta Horde. Tetris Horde? Never heard of them. Never heard of them. The reason why is we don't want to combine them so they share menace, because this Northern Horde's not going to be able to support the Southern Horde in a war just yet. But now you've come up with all your accumulated power, experience, and ogres, and you're ready. You're ready to mess some stuff up. You need to... What we really need to do here... Taunta Horde. Why can I not claim this territory? It's gonna head off now, actually. Gonna get into bed and get some rest, try and sleep off whatever's causing its throat to be all scratchy. Oh, goodness. Will you feel better, Peach? You sleep well, doll. Goodness. Hope you feel better soon. Have a big rest. Feel better in the morning. Oh, goodness. I'm probably not going to be streaming too terribly much longer either. I have to deal with some stuff this evening. But we'll carry along. And I'll try not to send you to the farm upstate anytime soon. Love you. Sleep well. Why can I not occupy this? An empty location. This is an empty location. They are trying to settle here. They're rebuilding, but we can build over the top of this. We can build over the top here. Good night all, love you to see. Hope you have a good rest of the stream. Thank you. Ah, wow, 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 wow. I don't quite get it. I don't quite understand why I can't settle there. It has habitability, right? It has enough. It should be like, you know, orcs can inhabit like, yeah, habitability more than 5%. It's 19%. I don't understand why I can't take that. That's kind of an issue, actually. Um, that's okay. We have a plan. We have an important plan. A plan in progress. So we're gonna let these orcs re-recruit before we go for the next place. But now that Andro is in command, I don't have any infiltration. That's why. Oh, of course. This new horde is not infiltrated at all. That's why. That's exactly what's happening. So you've just been in shadow. That's chill. They're trying to disrupt Peach, but Peach is just laying low, so there's nothing to disrupt, actually. Yeah, just keep doing that for a while. Okay. Andro needs to subjugate these people. Then we can expand. But also, Andro has a much more important job. We're gonna get the orcs some boats. Very important. It's maybe not the most important thing right now, actually. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that's not immediately important. Maybe the orcs can have boats later. But it's probably a good idea to get it done at some point, you know? Because orcs are landlocked until they steal some boats. Orcish Navy? Yeah. So you can steal boats from a dock. You can commandeer them. You can commandeer the ships, which you'll be amazing at. You'll do so well. So you'll walk into a city with docks, you'll steal the boats, and then if there's an orcish shipyard location, we're about to play around with what makes orcs so cool. So far you've just seen, oh, there's like an orcish fortress that makes an army, and then it has little camps. And you're like, okay, that's how orcs work, right? No. You can specialize these camps. The reason getting funding for the orcs is so important is once you've subjugated the camps, you can go over to them and do things like build an orc fortress, which will then be able to raise its own army there. If you have a spellcaster, you can make orc spell weavers, you can build menageries, build shipyards. You can customize and make the orcs much more powerful if you put enough funding into them. Making these orcs up here a powerful force to be reckoned with is our goal. It has always been our goal from turn 1. That's what we're gonna do. Alright, misleading clues will be ready in 3 turns, which means it should be... yeah, ward is dropping rapidly. And Shadow's not actually a big evil action, is the truth. Oh my god, but we could steal from the Chosen One instead. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Where's the Chosen One gone? Oh my god, and the Chosen One has so much gold, too. We could steal from the Chosen One? I could give the Chosen One the tome? Give me that gold, I'll turn this island into an orc haven, bulwark against anyone who tries to stop you. That's what we need to do. Absolutely. 100% that's what needs to happen. Like, we need you to be able to wage war, destroy the northern continent, and use it as a sledgehammer to finish off the rest of the world. I need to get this gold up to you somehow. I need to get the gold up to you. I need to get the book up to here. There's so many things that need done. Just so many things. You know what, actually? I'm seeing an opportunity here. So we are about to be able to pin our next challenge in the city of Risen against this mage. This king is completely aware of our existence. He dislikes deep ones. He does dislike cooperation, which is fine, but he likes the chosen one. However, his heir, the Duchess Cage Mitera, is an ambitious woman. Not a whole lot else about her. She's not aware of us just yet. If we kill the king and put his ambitious... What are you, a daughter? A sister. Put his ambitious sister on the throne. We can corrupt her and make her into an ambitious ruler. An ambitious, crazy ruler. And that is actually pretty good for us. An ambitious ruler is likely to declare wars on their neighbors and such. And war between humanity, that's what I'm all about. So tell you what, actually, you're gonna lay low for me. Glavko's gonna lay low. You're gonna plant these clues, and then Pixel's gonna pull off a brutal murder. Or maybe a subtle murder. Maybe that's okay. Hold on, we can do that too. A silent assassination, how long is that gonna take? I guess that's fine too. It's 19 Menace, it'll be enough. Defeat at Impera, huh? Yeah. We're gonna break this place up. Because we don't necessarily need, we don't need to take over this kingdom. We just need to break it. We need to make it so it's not in our way. We need to make it a threat to the rest of the world. Murder? You're gonna do a little murder for me, Glavko. Welcome in, welcome in. You made it just in time. You have just finished infiltrating the city of Risen. Pixel is setting up to pin the assassination of the king of the largest country on Earth on his sister, the mage that we've been setting up to fail the whole time. I don't even know where she's gone. She's up here now. She's up here. Yeah. Doing stuff. Everything's starting to come together here. Fuck you, Saito. I won. Good job, Yari. Good job, good job. Alright. A gaggle of alchemists. Honestly, keep printing gold. As much as raising the shadow here is funny, we can just enshadow this location pretty easily now. More money, more money, more problems. Oh no, that poor mage, who has already been so much, been through so much, is going to go through even worse. We're turning the north into Orchistan when we get the funds. Yeah, we need to get all this money that Peach has up to the north somehow. I haven't quite figured that one out yet, but we're working on it. We're working on it. I think Inertia's gonna just enshadow this kingdom down here. I'm not horribly worried. I might have to give it an extra little shove at some point, but they aren't building wards. It's pretty weak down here. It would be good to speed it along, but I don't think it needs more effort at the moment, you know? It should be fine. Peach is now at minimum profile, but still over 100 menace. Peach is not that strong now without the book. So I think what Peach is going to do is wait and continue to bleed this menace off from a relatively safe position. And then when the book is ready to transfer, we'll bring the book and the money to the north. Maybe get Glavko to deliver the cash. I don't know if that would be quick enough. I think it'll be fine, because Peach is going to have to deliver the book to Glavko, and then can hand off the cash, however it ends up being, convenient. Biblically accurate Peach. Yes. A menace. It's wonderful. It's wonderful out here. Glavko has now subjugated this camp, and now we can do things out of this camp. Now we can do some things. The habitability here is not very good. I think our goal is just going to be to build a secret orc shipyard. Build a secret shipyard so that we can steal some boats while we're waiting. Also, probably get ready to declare on the city down here. Let's see. Yeah. Probably get ready to destroy this city next. Hmm. How do I want to do this? The shipyard doesn't have to be immediate, I suppose. It's probably a good idea. Yeah, let's just get it built while we're here. We have the money. We should spend the money while we've got it. Gosh, the development of that place is getting accelerated pretty badly. We're gonna need to burn it down so they don't retake it. Good. Alright, we're set up. Assassinations in progress. Pixel is ready to do something. I don't know what, actually. I don't know what Pixel is doing. City of Assassin. You're just gonna get beat up. This mage cannot return home. It's beautiful. You love to see it, folks. You love to see it. Yeah, probably what you're gonna want to do is... spend a little bit of this money, buy a hood. Reduce your menace. Yeah. Yep. If an agent's menace is at least 40 and their profile 30, they will be recognized and attacked by armies at rest. Unless the army's home city is 50% shadow, 100% infiltration will also let you operate normally. So yeah, this mage is fucked. Cool. Pixel buys a cool hood off the market, reduces menace. Oh, the horde. The horde here is like ready. They finished. Their army is just about done recruiting, and then they're gonna march down here on their own and attack. Beautiful, beautiful. We don't even need to tell them what to do. We just need to play support. You love to see it. You love to see it, folks. Yeah. Yeah. So what else are we doing? She looks just like the mage that we've been harassing. That threw me off for a moment. If Reasant falls, it would be a good idea for us to begin breaking some of the other cities that are down here. But the truth of the matter is that's gonna be a while. I don't think that's my immediate plan. So what is my immediate plan? What can Pixel now go get up to? A portable skeleton. Damn. That's kind of cool. maybe Glavco can buy a portable skeleton? You know, just to carry around? For fun? I guess? This northern kingdom keeps harassing the deep ones here. Pixel's not very well suited to protecting the deep ones, but with the appropriate support, it could be done. With the appropriate support, we could hatch these deep ones. I think we'll do it, actually. I think that's what's about to happen. I just saw the following on Twitter. This is unusual. Fartcoin is up 8% today. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. This is unusual. I suppose it would be. Alright. Pixel's gonna take most, but not all, of Glavco's gold. Just like 200 here. Want a couple 100 some so we can accelerate development down here. And Pixel is going to go give a little stimmy to the Deep One cults. Get them growing again. Oh, you poor, poor woman. She just wants to complete her training down here, but she literally cannot. Oh my god, she's dying. They're gonna kill her. Ma'am, you gotta get out of there. Silently assassinated. There goes the assassination. The assassin is clearly a mage, folks. Even though she knows. Oh my god, she blames you for it, Glavko. She's smart. She knows, but she's now, like, wanted the world over. She has more profile and menace than any of our agents, actually. Oh my god, you just keep decimating the deep ones. This chosen one hates deep ones. Dislikes them, at least. Kind of a problem, but such is life. So you're gonna come in here now. I guess we can shadow your little capital real quick. That'll be funny. That'll be cute. I'll enjoy that. Church of Dawn, who cares? I'm not paying much attention to the religions this game, frankly. Alright, cool. Queen Cage is in place. How's that book doing, anyways? Where are my witches? Wow, this witch is hanging on for a while, actually. That's good, that's good. Yeah, because Peach really just needs to bleed all of this off. Now you've reached Hot Knot. Now, deep ones are interesting. You see, we have a whole heap of Deep One themed missions here available to support them. These deep ones are kind of fucked. I mean, they'll exist, but, you know, they're gonna be cut down to size. So what you want to happen is for the Deep One cult to reach 300% on its modifier. That's what you want. In order to do that, you want to accelerate their growth, usually through funding them or empowering them. Funding is really good. It's 100 gold, but for 30 turns, you increase the rate of growth by 3%, so then it's 4% per turn. It's very fast. How did Peach get so much menace in the first place? I mean, Peach has been doing a lot of infiltration down here. Peach was doing some fighting as well with the tome, resulting in, like, a kill or two. And that just builds up so much menace. Believe it or not, killing heroes kind of makes you public enemy #1. So then you can fund or empower these fish people. You can conceal them to reduce their profile, and this is a lore-driven ability, which is why Pixel's really not the best suited to do this, but that'll reduce the menace of the cult. As the cult grows, it gains menace and profile per turn. Which is just what, you know, that's what you need to be careful of. You could buy... No, you're not going to buy anything. So we want to fund these deep ones, but we also don't want them to get caught. Unfortunately, this chosen one hates deep ones, so we might have a little bit of a problem with trying to, like, grow them while the chosen one's right here in our backyard, frankly speaking. I heard being Spider-Man increases your menace by a lot. Bring me pictures of Peach. Goodness. So yeah, probably what needs done is a concerted effort to reduce the profile of the Deep One cults down here. You probably have to focus on the elf one first. And then you get some backup up here later. I think that's what has to happen. You're gonna die, lady. Ma'am, you have 2 health left. Oh, but she's about to complete training. Oh my god, she's literally, like, just in time. What's a deep one? Why are they called that? It's a smartphone bottle. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's a smartphone bottle. Do you want one? They're fish people. They're mutant fish humans, kind of, sort of. And Andro has now built the secret shipyard. It has no boats in it, but soon. Trust. I'm also gonna make Andro... I'm gonna give you more command. If I give you a little bit more command, if I give you one more level in command, you can get a third ogre. Yeah, sure, I love deep. Wait, though. Are you sure? I mean... I don't know. I wouldn't be into fish people either. But each to their own, I guess. Alright. The orcs down there are gonna win that battle handedly. That's not an issue. Andro needs to pop down here and commandeer some ships before the city burns, maybe? Maybe? Or we take command here. Or alternatively, if we want orc support, depends on the fish people. I guess it does depend on the fish people. Listen, you haven't seen Murray Undertale Yellow? Murray Undertale Yellow? I never said I wasn't into fish people. I'd smash. I gotta make that clear. Okay, alright, alright. Good, good, good. We're all freaks here. I can't take this territory. That sucks, actually. That's kind of terrible. Why can I not take this? I really have no idea why I cannot take this. That's okay. Pop down to the city of Lang. Glavko just got hit with taxes. That's very unfortunate. And Campchod, your orc horde is so large. That's okay. It gets bigger. It can get much bigger, trust me. And Shadowmint's on the way down here. We'll break this up. Pixel is now in position to begin assisting this deep one call. We'll move over here and try to help out the other one, of course, but also, you know, we're working on it. I'm gonna manipulate this guy's personality. I'm gonna make him like deep ones while I'm thinking about it. He's gonna be a consistent problem. He's gonna think they're pretty. They have shiny skin. Remember Sharktail? We'll make the whole continent into Orchistan. Let's see. And you really have no motivation to get involved with this. You just like gold. That's fine. Love that for you. Proud. Increase arrogance. Well, that's fine. I'm gonna destroy these elves anyways. It's fine. It's chill. Yeah, give them some funding. Fund the deep ones, please. Alright. Glavko has no more tasks to complete. Please reduce your menace, bestie. Por favor. That's so important. You're gonna commandeer some ships. Why are you preaching your faith? Oh, you're going to do it at Lang. That's cool. We'll burn Lang shortly anyways. Who cares? And now I need you to... You see, mostly what I would normally do to protect deep ones is give them human appearance. But that's a lore-driven ability. And Pixel is, like, actually no good at that. At all. So we're gonna have to do the less efficient thing and just conceal them. You know? Just make sure people just don't know they exist. And hope. Yeah, these deep ones are getting done in. Yeah, we'll pop up and we'll fund them shortly. Yep, you all continue to sabotage each other. You become enshadowed. This poor mage. This poor mage just cannot catch a goddamn break. She's now mourning the death of her brother, whose death we pinned on her. Dislikes House Matera. Ah, interesting. Skill issue, TBH? Yeah, she's only, like, basically 1v1ing, like, a dark god that, in particular, has chosen to fuck her over. One continent for the orcs, one for the deep ones, and one for the shadowed humans. Yeah, pretty much. We'll keep a nice little human preserve down here. The rest... well, anything goes. Let's see. Let me tab out and double check something real quick. I do have to be shuffling here. But not immediately. I'm still hanging out. I gotta make sure I know how I'm getting to my plans tonight. If you can't 1v1 a god, that's kind of on you. I know, right? I'm gonna ask a very dumb question. There we go. Alright. Job done. Me personally, I'd easily lose, but I'd be a freak about it. Hey, I mean, you know, me too, honestly. If you're not being a freak about it, what's the point? Right? What's the point? The wind howls and chills to the bone as the very environment turns against Warlord Andro, who has found itself caught in a snowstorm. The storm brings with it a bitter cold, one much too fearsome for most mortals to endure, lest they cower under their cloaks or indoors. But the servants of elder beings might be able to call upon their patron's power to endure what others cannot. Continue. You can bleed a little for it, buddy. I didn't bless you with the power of the book club just for you to get stopped by a little bit of snow. Oh my god, everybody's becoming aware of me. You fight a Yeti. Good job. Have fun fighting the Yeti out there. That's okay. That's okay. Just need you to commandeer those ships before your own orcs burn down the city. This is important. And in Shadow's done. Everybody's becoming, like, super aware. The book has escaped. The witch is mad now. So this witch coven is thoroughly on our side now. They are going to be... they're going to be working with us. We do need to pick up this book ASAP. That book is extremely high profile because it's escaped into an area that's already heavily afflicted by madness. If you look here. Oh my god, yeah. It's almost at 100% already. So we're just gonna go, we're gonna go pick up that book. We're gonna go pick it up and then we're gonna get moving. Glavko is doing... I mean, you've successfully enshadowed. Right? So this queen is now going to slowly become enshadowed. The surrounding area is going to become enshadowed. Can we do better? The book needs to come up here. The book needs to come up here. Well, then what else are you doing? Because Glavko is, was very much built for the purpose of infiltrating the city of Risen, right? Very much built for this purpose. We could make the mages light force. I mean, that's true. You're not wrong about that. You probably lay low for a little bit, and we'll look for some more opportunities for you. This is a great place for you to lay low now. You've got a lot of menace to burn off. You might be able to come and help out in supporting the deep ones, actually. Maybe I send you to break up some of the local wards? I don't know. Support her enemy? I think the thing is she's so weak and, like, ostracized now. I mean, people have got to be gunning for her soon, right? Are there any local heroes that I can get, like, a read on? Oh, I do want you to buy the skeleton. I think that's funny. And it'll be good for you to have a bodyguard. So you'll do that first. Peach has reached the Elder Tomb. The Deep Ones have been concealed. Oh, it's an item. I thought it was a minion. It deploys into an empty minion slot when in combat. Which is really cool, but also I don't want it. You don't do it because it's a smart play, you do it because it's funny. I mean, that is true. That is what we're all about. The sign of unwarding is better, I think. I fucked up. I just wanted the minion. I wanted you to have a cool skeleton minion in your closet. Alright. People are getting enshadowed by grief. Yes, they're hunting the mage. Look at this. This mediator is going out to hunt her down. That could cause that could cause an honest god international incident. She's part of the royal family. She may be a menace to society by our works, but she is a member of the royal family. A foreign hero is about to try and kill her. Where are you from, buddy? Where are you from? From across the ocean. Maybe not an immediately huge deal, but a potential opportunity in the making. We'll look into it. We'll look into it. Alright. Peach, summon the tome. Pixel... What are things fine down here? These Deep One cults are going to be really tricky to deal with. The Alliance is being built. The Alliance is being built here, but we're going to break this place's capital, so I don't care too much. Weakens them for the orcs. It does weaken them for the orcs. That's true. Yeah. So some places are going to start joining the Alliance, so things are going to start to heat up, but I'm not too scared of the Alliance. It would have been really scary if we hadn't pulled off this assassination. But the old king was the one who would have joined the Alliance in a heartbeat. This new ruler, completely fresh slate, and we're working on her. She's in mourning, she's vulnerable, the book is on its way. The book will be on its way shortly. It's gonna be great, trust me. It's gonna go great, I assure you. If you keep the local profile down at 0, they should not be able to really see these deep ones, I think. Maybe. I do need to get their other stuff down, but hey, listen, sometimes I gotta do, I do what I gotta do, right? Do I need Peach to be the one to go north? Not necessarily. Tell you what, Pixel's gonna come down here and is gonna handle the exchange. Pixel's gonna do mail carrying. My agents have been doing a lot of movement this game, actually. You know? They've not been hanging around single areas of operations. They've been doing a lot of cross-continent tracking to support each other. On one hand, that means wasted time and movement. On the other hand, that's kind of cool. You know, they've been getting a lot of value for the things they've been doing. I'm about that. Well, it's a shame your purchase didn't work out, but you're gonna lay low for a while. Mediator Kurobao viciously attacked Mage Vesfight as the forces of good turn on each other, and hero battles hero. Mage Vesfight was killed in the conflict. They did this due to the menace they posed to all free humans, despite the aversion to harming others which heroes naturally feel. She's dead. She just got murdered. Damn. Well, that's one way to deal with a wizard. And now Peach can go place this tome. Or at least hand off this tome, I think. I think Peach needs to... God, it's so... Peach's menace is so high. Is so ungodly high. Like, it's hard to use Peach, you know? Like, an incredibly powerful unit, but is going to get caught and exposed. Like, I cannot have Peach in range of the Chosen One, for example. We'll just get killed. We'll just die, actually. Some of these knights are a little beat up. Peach is just not strong enough to handle that, I'm afraid. You know, could peel some units off. Could probably put up a pretty damn good fight, but loses in the end. We'll see. And the ships have been commandeered. Alright. We've got an Orc Navy now. We have an Orc Navy. This place is getting burned to the ground. It's gonna be great, folks. It's gonna be great. We're gonna love it. It's gonna be wonderful. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Alright, we're gonna pop up here, we're gonna infiltrate this, and we're gonna lay low for a little bit. I probably do need to think about getting ready to head out, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm supposed to be somewhere at roughly 6. Let me tab out and double check here. Okay. Cool. I'm fine. I'm probably fine for like a couple more minutes. Like one more turn? One more turn? Couple more turns, maybe? Alright. Pixel is going to take all this money. Yeah. Peach is broke now. That's fine. It happens. Happens to the best of us. Aversions to harming others. Clearly they haven't seen an Elder Scrolls protag. Yeah, no, these are not Elder Scrolls heroes. Definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah, let's get this kingdom enshadowed, actually. Or maybe... See, I'm not really sure. See, they're caught up weakening wards and such. Where's the other witch gone off to? These witches have not been doing a whole lot of dark worship in this area, I'm afraid to say. I've lost track of one of them, too. Where is this other witch, actually? All the way over here. They're just traveling around weakening wards. Actually, that's amazing. And actually, Peach's new job is to come over here and just kickstart the Coven business herself. We need that done. I've been waiting. I thought that I'd get the witches to do it for me, but actually they're being proactive. They're going around and weakening wards. So we're going to help them out. Pixel is going to go hand off the book, and then hand off the money for the orcs. This queen has died when her capital was razed to the ground by orcs. Beautiful work, everybody. Very good job. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. uh, okay, so the alliance hasn't formed yet. It's just this person's now on board with forming the alliance. That's fine. That's okay. This is so bad, honestly. This cult should fester pretty quickly, though. Peach arrives on site. What beautiful circumstances, isn't it great? It's going so well. Peach can just hard infiltrate the Coven on its own. These refugees are getting slaughtered. That's good, actually. That means their population won't be helping out the rest of the continent. Although the rest of the continent is pretty much on, like, at capacity. Besides the city of Yanyaji, which is, like, gonna be, like, the final boss of this continent, actually. Besides them, pretty much everybody else would suffer from, like, a refugee crisis. Like famines and stuff, if those refugees moved on. But still probably best to kill them. You don't want this city-state getting any stronger. Alright, good job. Andro's infiltrated this place, which means now we can rest and resupply and lay low for a while. So let's heal up. Fear of their power and fear of the darkness with which they commune has kept humanity from trusting the various witch faiths. They live in exile for the most part on the fringes of civilization. When they're tolerated, it is for their extensive knowledge of medicines, which might prove an option of last resort to a parent of a dying child or to a person afflicted by an incurable plague. When it comes time to decide whether they will join with the light and the humans who rejected them, or with the shadow and the elder beings who threaten humanity, only time will tell how the witches will choose. So which happens? Slowly the witches, outcast from humanity, are falling away from the light. Very good. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We love to see it. Minimum profile here on Glavko. Still some menace to burn off. But it's fine. I really have not figured out what I'm doing with you next. Like, your main power is going to be to infiltrate places that are enshadowed. So maybe the answer is to come down here. Maybe start breaking wards. And we spread shadow really hardcore through this area. Hey, I mean, it's an option. Hey, actually, it is an option. Have you considered? Have you considered? We could. Let's take a look-see. This deep one cult can stay unattended for a little while. Just a little bit, I think. Well, I say that. I say that and I immediately begin to worry for their well-being. Actually, I am going to send Glavko over there. To the elves and try and support that cult. I've considered even sacrificed a kid to the Dark Gods. Dark Gods say good plan. Listen, the Dark Gods, aka me, says it's a good plan. Therefore, I says it's a good plan. Warlord Andro can rest a little while. The orcs here are just cleaning up on their own. They're doing a good job. Proud of them. Proud of them. Proud of them. They're doing good work. And then here, just a little... Ooh, there's so much money to grab here. Listen, what if we did just a little rob the treasury and take as much money as we possibly can? We are full on power. It is a good opportunity for us to look around and consider... For example, let's make you like the deep ones. We gotta protect these deep ones. They're so good in this position. Once the Chosen One moves on from this area, we can really start to push them and really break these elves, break this kingdom. Pretty readily. And, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, so far that's looking pretty darn good, actually. Let's go to turn 200 here. Andrew's now fully rested and resupplied. The Ogre's almost back to full health. The Ogre will be fine for now. You could probably even lay low, honestly. The thing is, I really want to, like, expand this here. Like, I've got a plot in mind. Pop down here. Because we're about to unlock our 5th agent. We're about to unlock our 5th agent, so who do we want? I think who we want is the Shaman. This is an Orc Mage who's very, 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 very good if you can get him to, like, a Geomantic Locus. And we've got access to those up here. Right here. We can build a really, truly strong and menacing Orc society up here in the north. We've still got 300 turns left in this game. We are barely scraping against the beginning of the mid-game, folks. But thank you. I know this has mostly just been me rambling about my silly little game. I kind of did get very absorbed into it today. A little bit, kind of, sort of. But it's been really fun. Orchestad superpower suit. Orchestad superpower suit. Global superpower. Glory to Orchestan. I've liked this game a lot. We're gonna throw in a save here. I am going to get ready to head out. Actually, we already have one of those. The Yapping Rat. There we go. That's our next save. The Yapping Rat. I should be getting out of here, though. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I know it's been a little bit of a shorter one today, folks, but goodness gracious, the time has flown. I should be back... the next thing on the schedule, I really need to update the schedule on the Twitch page, actually. Because now officially we're a Sunday Monday streamer. But we should be back this coming Sunday. That is somebody I need to let in the door. 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna say bye to them, then we'll get going. Filmed in front of a live studio audience, as always. Folks, have a good night. Enjoy your week. I will be catching up with y'all Sunday at the latest. And if time allows, maybe we'll throw in a little bonus stream. As always, going to be announced on the Discord, so keep an eye out for that. And, yeah, that's me. Thank y'all again. Bye-bye.